This is Valkyr Prime, and we are going to attempt to make her more powerful. I also would like to note that this method will work on Valkyr non-primed version, but I have Valkyr Prime, so I'm going to be using Valkyr Prime. Now the first thing to do would be to come over here and actually search Voruna. Yes, Voruna. We're going to use Voruna's Lycos Hunt on Valkyr. I did this on loadout A. I just wanted to show you guys this. If you're liking this idea so far, feel free to subscribe to the channel. As you can see, we indeed did replace her 3 with this ability right here. This ability specific increases the drop chance of both energy orbs and health orbs, because in case you didn't know, at this time melees can actually headshot, so it's interesting. But yeah, melee can actually headshot, and her 4 counts as a melee, but we'll go into more of that when we go over the builds. Yes, I said builds as in more than one, because we have to go over her normal build and her exalted build, since you can actually build the exalted talent separate. So let's go over her main build first. Of course, we have Steel Charge because she uses melee attacks mostly in her 4, so it definitely makes sense to have Steel Charge. Primed Continuity makes sense not only because it increases the duration of the Lycos Hunt and the Warcry, but also it reduces the energy per second that she uses up while she's in Hysteria. And then we have Equilibrium, which also helps the Lycos Hunt quite a bit, because no matter what you get, health or energy, you're always gonna get energy as well. And since they changed it in the game currently to when you you can pick up health orbs even when you are full on health, that's when Arcane Blessing comes in handy. Arcane Blessing, it's not necessary. No arcanes are. It just has a very, very it adds to the fun of this build, in my opinion. Then we have Umbral Fiber, Umbral Vitality, and Umbral Intensify, because of the fact that, it kind of makes it build brilliantly OP. Look at the armor alone. Crazy stuff we have going on there with that. Prime Flow, because you want her to be able to hold as much energy as she can. If I had a good amount of Archon shards, I'd probably put mostly max energy. That's how much energy you want her to have. And then we have Adaptation, just for some extra survivability. Not really needed per se, but it's what it is. If you really wanted to, I guess you could replace it with something like Prime Vigor or something for more health and more shields. Really entirely up to you. I just like this here. But I think it would be technically more efficient to use something like Prime Vigor, honestly. But I like the idea of this, so I'm using this. Then we have Hysterical Assault, which is, it counts as an Exodus mod, okay? because it doesn't add any attack or anything. It just makes it so her fourth ability, aim, then attack to leap onto enemies up to 50 meters away. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think. I like it anyway. But let's move on to her talents, which are what matter. The build, it doesn't exactly matter what weapons you have and whatnot because her talents get modded by themselves. I went with a basic critical and gas build. I was gonna go with viral, but I ended up going with gas. It's definitely up to you which one you want to go with. The choice is entirely yours. As per somewhat normal, we are in mod for survival. Now, normally I would actually prefer to do this in like Steel Path Fissure or something, but there isn't always a Steel Path Fissure survival when I want there to be. Just ask anyone who watches my streams. But this should give you an idea of the build. Yes, there is technically a heavy attack that you can do while in her floor, so that is pretty cool overall. We're probably just going to stay 5 minutes because honestly I just want you guys to get the sort of gist idea. Okay, they did change it so you can use Valkyr's abilities while in her, floor, and that is very good. Honestly, I think it's a positive change overall. But yeah, this actually, I'll throw some footage right now of her fighting over level 100 enemies with this build and not dying at all because I feel like that this is definitely not really the best showcase, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, it's really versatile. But yeah, back to this particular run. I feel like this is giving you guys the gist. She kills enemies, gets health orbs, and occasionally energy orb to drop. But whenever she gets health orbs, she also gets energy orbs because of the fact that equilibrium is a thing. And if you look at her health right now, it's going up so much. And it's crazy. And chances are we just made someone quit. Or maybe not us in particular, but people tend to quit from time to time for various reasons. Sometimes they get disconnected and stuff, but most of the time it's because of the fact that the rest of the team might be stealing a lot of the kills and they wanted or needed to get some kills and stuff, so they might end up leaving. Oh, and I guess I should also mention that the cats are not a necessary part of this build, okay? The only reason they're multiplying because I have a certain mod on that whenever you expel 100 energy, you get a clone up to 3. And since this build involves Valkyr being in her for a lot, you expel energy a lot. So, yeah. And yeah, I think you can see Leica Hunt is helping quite a bit, honestly. I mean, it's literally letting me be in the build for a lot longer than I would. Didn't used to be able to be in her 4 all the time like that. I still don't like being in it all the time, but yeah. The, probably the most annoying part of this build is sometimes you do forget to actually use Leica's Hunt, which is kind of a problem because this build, I mean, on low level like these, this build can sustain itself no trouble without Leica's Hunt, but on higher levels, as you are seeing on screen right now, kind of Leica's Hunt very important if you want to keep going. But yeah, I'm going to extract here. So yeah, that is the build in action. Now, if I were to put Archon shards on this build, I'd probably put 2 red for duration, 2 blue for more energy, max energy, and 1 yellow to increase the speed of the casting so I could cast her war cry faster and her 4 faster, I suppose. That's what I would do if I had those particular archons. I think I will work on that in the future. I'll update you guys. Stay tuned to the channel to check that out. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.